Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating stack of source material. It crosses the streams of academic research, dark fantasy, and, well, high-stakes thriller. It's quite a mix. Genuinely surprising, actually.
It absolutely is. So what we're basically doing here is kind of reverse engineering the world building from Shadowbound. The core question we're looking at is, how does this PhD dissertation, all 316 pages of it, mind you on near-death experiences?
Right, NDEs.
How does that lead directly to this supernatural war with soul-sucking monsters, no less?
And there's a shocking family secret tangled up in it all, too.
Exactly.
What's stunning, I think, is how fast it all shifts.
Yeah.
From the seminar room to something much darker. The source material itself calls the story darker, sexier, part thriller, part fantasy, and part fairy tale. So we're talking ghosts, fae from the other world, and this central figure who's both dangerous and protective.
Yeah.
Very mysterious.
Let's definitely unpack that, starting maybe with the mythology, the setting, because it really anchors the whole conflict. The war seems to happen mostly on what the sources call the boundary of death.
Ah, right, the in-between or twilight.
Yes, those names pop up too. And it's literally the line where, death crosses into the world of the living.
And this boundary, this twilight zone, that's where the protagonist first encounters him. Kathleen O'Brien, or Talia, as we know her. She has a near-death experience when she's just 15. And there he is, the Shadowman.
And what's fascinating is it wasn't just like a fuzzy vision. It was deep, so profound that she kind of claims him right then and there, calls him Shadowman forever.
Wow.
Yeah. And the descriptions of this realm, they're really sensory. They go beyond typical fantasy stuff. Talia describes it as a dreamy murk. There's talk of layered fog sensuously lapping at you.
Okay, creepy and evocative.
Right. Even sounds are warped. Birds, crickets, they become these high, eerie notes. You immediately get that this place is tangible, but also, terrifying.
And Talia herself, she's deeply connected to it, isn't she? The source mentions she can pull darkness around herself when she lets her guard down. The world turns into myriad purples and shades of blue and black. It's like she's not just hiding in shadow.
She's making it, creating the darkness, localized, right around her.
And that ability, that's the hook, isn't it? That's what draws everyone else in.
It's the beacon, exactly. Which brings us to the opposing force, the thriller part of the story. We meet Adam Thorne. He works at the Segue Institute.
Ah, yes, the paranormal research place, way out in the Appalachian Mountains.
That's the one. And Adam's motivation, it's singular, brutal even, vengeance. He needs to find a way to kill his brother.
And the irony there, it's thick. His hunt for a supernatural killer doesn't lead him to some dusty old book. It leads him straight to academia.
To Talia O'Brien, And specifically, her PhD dissertation from the University of Maryland, all about NDEs.
So you get this huge, 316-page academic paper, supposed to be objective, structured.
Right in the middle of a fantasy plot.
Incredible.
And Adam couldn't care less about her actual research, her findings on NDE motifs. Not interested. He was hunting one specific clue. A footnote.
Just a footnote.
Just a footnote. A source cited in her paper mentioned the Shadowman, and Adam recognized that name, knew it was the key to his problem. That single mention, linking Shadowman to bringing someone back from death, that was the first real lead he'd had in 6 years. 6 years of searching.
Wow. So the most dangerous guy here isn't some demon lord. He's a researcher using footnotes like breadcrumbs. And what he's hunting, it's deeply personal. His brother, Jacob.
Jacob is the monster, a wraith. The sources describe him as twisted, soul-sucking, and he's currently locked up under the Segue Institute, foot-thick steel cell, reinforced.
But seemingly unstoppable otherwise.
Pretty much. Bullets, blades, they don't work on wraiths. Adam needs Talia because he thinks her connection to Shadowman might be the answer. The way to finally end Jacob.
But as you said, Adam wasn't the only one following those breadcrumbs. Talia gets tracked. 2 wraiths find her at her apartment. Grady and a woman.
And this is where her world just breaks open. It's terrifying. During the attack, she screams, just pure fear.
And that scream, it summons something.
Something big, described as a darkness incarnate, death itself. This figure appears carrying a glittering scythe and just ends them, kills the 2 wraith attackers. And her roommate, Melanie, who was caught in this awful soul-sucking kiss, her too. There's this sudden, horrible smell of decay from the dead wraiths. Proof they were long dead already.
So that's it for Talia. No more denying. Irrefutable proof her connection is real and central to whatever this war is.
Exactly. And this is where it shifts gears, right? From a personal thriller to a global crisis. Adam realizes Talia isn't just like someone with weird powers. She instinctively hides in shadow, sure, but like you said, she's creating it. And crucially, the Wraiths don't want her dead.
No, they want to extract her alive. That changes the whole game for Adam.
And we find out why she's so important. She gets called a banshee, and then the big one, Princess of the Fae, daughter of Lord Death. There it is. Her power isn't random, it's a birthright. Links her directly to that boundary between life and death. Meanwhile, the monster problem. It's not just Jacob in a cell anymore.
No, it's gone global.
Completely. The Wraiths are organizing, forming this huge army called the Collective. Adam sees it on a map at Segue, these ominous red drips spreading everywhere, and he comes to this terrifying but logical conclusion. This isn't a research project anymore.
It's war. Nothing less than full-scale war can stop them.
Precisely.
Which brings us back to the Segue Institute, trying to tackle this magical war with, what? Science and philosophy.
Yeah, it leads to this really interesting debate there. Because they can't kill the Wraiths, right? So they argue about what these things actually are.
And it splits them, doesn't it?
Totally polarized. You've got Armand, the scientist. He's convinced it's biological. He's like, we just need to figure out how to mess with their cellular regeneration, trying to kill them with science.
Okay, the science angle. But then there's the other side.
Then there's Jim Remy, the metaphysical guy. He argues the complete opposite. He says Wraiths are defined by what they lack. They have this weird electromagnetic reading. Basically confirms they have no soul.
Unlike ghosts.
Unlike ghosts, yeah. Ghosts still have some kind of EM signature, like a residual spirit. Wraiths, nothing. It's a neat bit of world building, actually. Distinguishes the deathless from the plain old dead.
And Talia, the PhD student, where does she fit in this debate?
She brings the synthesis, really, draws on her NDE research. Her theory is that maybe Wraiths aren't technically dead, they're deathless. She thinks they might be the result of people trying to lose their death. Trying to get immortality the wrong way, crushing death first.
Wow, that's dark.
Yeah.
And complicated.
It is. And given the scale of this looming war and the fact that neither science nor metaphysics has a silver bullet, Philip, the resident philosopher at Segue, throws out this really ancient, kind of awful solution.
Don't tell me.
He suggests war guild, the old Anglo-Saxon thing. A life for a life.
Seriously. Human sacrifice.
Basically, yeah. A voluntary human sacrifice. His idea is that if science and reason fail, maybe this ancient concept of debt and balance, maybe that's needed. Maybe a sacrifice could rebalance the realms and the scourge.
That's intense. Did it work?
Tragically, yes. It gets proven right, in a way. Talia's helper, Patty, she sacrifices herself, kisses a wraith to save Talia from being captured. So the philosopher's theory holds water, but God, the human cost.
That sacrifice must have pushed Adam over the edge, knowing that worked, but...
It galvanized him, absolutely. He knew he couldn't just wait for Segway's research anymore. He finds out the main source of the Wraiths, the sort of patient zero who turned his brother Jacob.
The death collector.
Right, operating off a ship.
Yeah.
And the ship's name, the Styx.
Oh, subtle.
Yeah. So Adam decides to weaponize himself, his own mortality, gets hold of these lethal pills, L pills.
No, he's going to poison himself.
Why? His plan. It's desperate, but it has this grim logic. He believes his human death will create a momentary opening, a window, long enough for Shadowman Talia's powerful dad to reach through and strike the death collector directly, take out the source.
Wow, that's a plan, a really drastic one. But this is where it gets really interesting, right? Where the personal stakes and the big mythology just collide. Adam gets on the ship. He's ready to do it.
But Talia finds him. She stops him, stops the sacrifice.
And this is her moment, when she fully steps into her power.
This is it. She fully accepts her heritage. She gets her Fae inheritance, the staff and scythe, her father's symbols. And she uses her powers right there on the ship to step into the Shadow Realm.
And Shadowman appears.
He does. Confirms everything. He is death. He is her father.
Okay. Big reveal. But there's more, isn't there? The reason for all this chaos.
Yes. And this is the core of it all, really. Shadowman confesses. He caused it. The embodiment of death himself. He admits he parted the veils between life and death. Why? Purely out of love for Talia's mother 26 years ago.
Wait. Love. Death fell in love and broke reality.
Pretty much. That act, that immortal devotion, it ripped a hole. It allowed chaos to escape, to take root in our world.
Right.
And that started the whole Wraith Scourge, the thing that destroyed Adam's family.
Unbelievable. So it all connects back. The Fae, the NDE research, the monsters.
Yeah.
All from one act of love by death.
It ties it all together.
So what does Adam do? Hearing that, knowing the being who could help him is also the source of his pain.
You expect him to back off, right? Or maybe just collapse.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. Shadowman actually grants Adam immortality. A real gift, though. No sharp hunger like the Wraiths. True immortality. But then he says Talia belongs in Shadow now. She's fae.
And Adam.
Adam refuses. Just flat out refuses to give her up. This is pure human will right here. His commitment to Talia, it's described as burning so bright it pushes back the shadows around them. He claims her as his. And death. Shadowman has to retreat back into twilight.
Wow. Human will pushing back death itself.
Yeah. So the immediate threat, they deal with it. Adam and Talia take out Jacob and the Death Collector's host body.
But it's not over. Not really.
Not by a long shot. No tidy ending here. They're left facing thousands of Wraiths still out there in the collective and their new immortal life. It's going to be spent fighting the very war that Death's Love started.
What a journey through this material. The themes are just, wow. Free will versus destiny, life, death, and how love and loss drive everyone. Mortals, immortals, doesn't matter.
Absolutely. And think about Adam's arc. 6 years dedicated to one thing. Vengeance. Killing his brother, that was his life's purpose. Then he gets immortality, the ultimate prize in some ways.
And what does he do with it?
He doesn't use it to just finish his vengeance quest. He uses it to commit to Talia, to this insane, complicated life fighting a supernatural war. He chose responsibility, connection, over 6 years of pure hatred.
That's a powerful choice.
It really is. And it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? About power, about love. I mean, if Shadowman, who literally is death, controlling the rules of existence, if he was willing to break everything for love.
Yeah. What does that say about our own capacity? What extraordinary things, maybe reality-bending things, could ordinary human love drive you to do?
Makes you wonder.
Pretty profound thought to mull over as you step back into the mortal world.
Thanks for joining us in the shadows for this deep dive.
Always a pleasure. Until next time.